Sports, let's go. Woodward Sports, let's go.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Woodward Sports, let's go.
Woodward Sports Network, let's go.
I love how we're filling up all of those Woodward Sports Let's Go's. If you didn't know, Trick's in there now. Calvin Johnson's in there. Obviously, Big Sean, lots of things. And, of course, Motor City Dan Campbell. And can't forget about the dude you guys love, Chris Hansen, right? Chris Hansen's in there letting you know about Woodward Sports Let's Go.
That's Corey's boy. Man, that's all I want to hear from Chris Hansen. Nothing else.
Yeah, not Corey. Let's go.
That'd be bad.
Welcome to the Morning Woodward Show, live on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. And my goodness, what a night it was last night. The Pistons got the #1 overall pick in the NBA draft. Let's give it up for Troy Weaver. Let's give it up for Ben Wallace, who was there, Dwane Casey. I mean, the city of Detroit, like... Whew, I felt like we won the championship last night. Like, I haven't had that sports feeling in a very long time about Detroit. And it was kind of like a last-second shot, but I'm getting off track already. Before we get into the show, lots of stuff to talk about. Obviously, first, #1 overall pick for the Detroit Pistons. George Kittle has some interesting things to say about Dan Campbell. Crazy Suns game last night with a great ending. We got our Coney review today. Detroit Dog Rescue, just so much to talk about. And you can't forget about our $25K kick for crypto contest that we're going to qualify you for at 9 a.m. But first... I haven't slept since last night. Sorry, guys.
None of us have.
Yeah, my name is Stick. To my right...
It's an emotional moment. Corey, what's going on, y'all?
And to my left...
Joey Cunningham.
Joey Cunningham.
I'm adopting him as my brother already.
Already changing your name. Then we have Alex in producer land, Fish making sure we sound good in the audio booth, and Jeff is here today on social, so make sure you say hi to him on all of our social media platforms. And also Jeff is going to debut his new part of our show that's coming up with Joey's News. So lots of stuff going on today. My goodness. Last night, I'm sitting there, I'm watching our live draft party, and I'm also like, all right, maybe I should go live on my phone too.
Yeah.
You know, like I want to record my reaction. But then the Pistons get the top 4, and I'm like, all right, I don't want to jinx this. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want to start recording, and then it's just me being all pissed off. So I just sat there by myself and just watched this happen. And then the 4th pick was announced, and it wasn't the Pistons. The 3rd pick was announced. It wasn't the Pistons.
And then you
I'm
see
sitting
Ben,
there,
and
like,
then you see...
oh, my God. We're like the next thing. And then here comes the envelope with the #2 pick. And you could see the logo before they announced it. Like, that's what I was watching. And all of a sudden, the Houston Rockets. And I'm just like, ah! Woo! I'm running around the house. Corey, I know you woke up your whole damn house, right?
I woke up my whole damn house, you know. Well, actually, I won't say woke up my whole house because my cousin was gone, so I woke up the block. But first off, I want to say this. It was an epic night, but screw Sling TV. Here's why I say that.
No.
I'm on the phone with my cousin watching it, and he's in Chicago. So, you know, he's from Detroit, so we're all talking about, you know, the lottery. This dude is... I'm watching it live, and he's still somehow 30 seconds ahead of me. So as he's screaming down the draft, I'm like, what the... Hold on, let me turn your volume down.
We were just talking about that yesterday,
Yeah.
too. Like when you're watching with somebody that's beating you on the delay.
Yeah, I turned his volume down, and I'm like, then I was able to go ahead and get into the excitement, and
Something like this, too. You can't miss that excitement, especially that moment. It only comes once in your lifetime, literally. And I'm just happy that Corey's prediction of Ben Wallace being there and then us being #3 did not come true.
Oh, I'm happy.
Man. Like,
I'm
just
happy.
overall, I was in here in the studio, and I just wanted to give a shout-out to Detroit Kool-Aid, Detroit Drew, who is the biggest legend, the way his reaction turned out with his Drew Wisers, which we're going to show here in a second, and Anthony, our boy, who does Pistons Talk. I mean, these guys are just crushed it.
Yeah. Shout out to everybody that was watching on YouTube and Facebook and last night on Twitter as well. Like, this party was blowing up. I was scrolling through YouTube looking at other draft parties that they were having, and it was nothing like ours, man. And honestly, that's what you want. You want to capture these moments when we get these #1 picks, like when we drafted Sewell at 7. Having these moments on record are going to be so amazing for us, like when Woodward Sports is 5-10 years old, to be posting this Throwback Thursday. Remember when we got the #1 pick? And you can throw back to that video. But let's check out the reaction from pretty much around the entire city. First of all, this is how it all went down. This is the Pistons getting into the top 4. This was Detroit Drew's reaction to that.
Do it, man.
That
Don't
troll
do
face, don't do it to us.
You're laughing already.
Yes! Let's go! Come on.
That's what I'm talking about.
Come on.
Believe in Troy.
So that was us getting into the top 4. And then, of course, the reaction when the #1 overall pick fell to the, or didn't fall, just went to the Detroit Pistons. And this place started to go nuts. How crazy was it to be in here, Joey?
Oh my gosh, it was nuts. We all lost our voices and everything. Like, the only thing though, do you miss the ping pong ball style, or do you like this way?
I don't care. As long as we get the #1 pick, it could be ping pong balls, it could be carrier pigeon, it could be whatever. I don't give a damn. Just let us know we got that #1 pick. But here's a Woodward Sports reaction, which is going crazy right now on Twitter, and the Pistons put us on their Instagram story. So here was the in-house reaction last night if you weren't watching live.
Big Ben's jersey retired. The Magic Man, easy, bro. Let's go.
We did it.
Let's go.
I'm so happy I can't even feel my arms. That's what Detroit Drew had to say. And the best part is during that broadcast, Detroit Drew was like, "This is the best feeling of my life. Better than my baby." And I'm like, whoa, hold up.
Whoa.
He's about to have a baby in a month. So he did not mean those words. I just want.
The hell he didn't mean those words.
I just listen. I just
You're going
want
to have multiple kids. We haven't had a first-round draft pick since 1970, the #1 overall draft pick since 1970. You're going to have more kids. It's been since Bob Lanier since we had that first overall pick, man.
And yes, you want to know what? Have some interesting information about that. You know who was the Pistons? The 3rd time in the Pistons history they've had the #1 overall pick. As you just mentioned, it's been 51 years since we had one. Bob Lanier. Do you know who the first one was?
Who was it?
1967, if I'm not mistaken. Jimmy Walker.
All right.
And for those who don't know, Jimmy Walker is the father to Jalen Rose.
What?
Very interesting.
Yeah, so there's some, all kind of comes together a little bit.
Oh, yeah, and that dictated history because obviously then Jalen grew up in Detroit, and now, it's crazy how ripple effects like that happen over time, and you can see the effect of him having a baby here in Detroit. It turned out to be Jalen Rose, who has contributed so much to this city. And speaking of Jalen Rose, you thought our reaction was great last night? Here's what Jalen Rose was doing when he found out the Pistons got the #1 overall pick.
Got the #1 pick, baby.
Doing the Icewood.
Yeah, he pulled it off for a quick second.
And I love that because he's in Phoenix, and you see all the Suns fans tapping him up. Nobody's hating on the Detroit Pistons. Like, it was just good vibes all around last night.
And Jalen went even more when they went to halftime. Jalen went off even more. Detroit versus everybody, no fly zone, all of that. He was.
He gave no fly zone.
Yeah, he shot out no
That's
fly
awesome.
zone. Yep.
The best part to it all, honestly, and this is I mean, when is the actual NBA draft?
It's coming up on the 29th, I believe.
What I love so much about this is Pistons and Detroit are going to be the top of every media, and they can't do shit about it.
They have to mention us.
I'm watching the Suns clips play, and everything was Detroit highlighted, and it's something that we do not see ever. So seeing that was just so amazing, and it was funny. I'm looking at ESPN.com, and I'm looking on the website, and they're saying, where will Cade land? And they were doing everything to hide Detroit being number one. And I just don't get it. It pisses me off, but right now they can't do anything to stop this and hide this.
Who gives a damn what they think? We have the number one pick. It goes through Detroit, so hey, they can sugarcoat it any kind of way they want to. When you talk about the number one pick, you can't talk about it without mentioning the Detroit Pistons. They are in the driver's seat of this year's draft. Deal with it.
Yeah, Dwane Casey, his reaction last night, he was doing kind of a private party with his friends and family, and I think he's a happy guy, too, as a coach. Let's check out what Dwane Casey's reaction was to this.
One time. That was a thing, baby. Go on.
Let's go. Yeah.
You know what I love? His reaction reminds me of a reaction we just saw recently of Brad Holmes when they got Penei Sewell.
Yep.
That private party reaction reminds me of that locker room. Not with the old Matt Patricia, quiet, the little. Yeah. No, be excited, damn it. Hell yeah. You got the number one pick. Finally, yeah.
Dude, he did that little kids jump.
Yeah.
Like when they say you get another hour at recess or something. Dude, he jumped up in the air. It was amazing to see that.
And I love that. Be excited, damn it. You got your team landed the number one pick. You're gonna draft the number one pick. You're gonna be coaching number one pick. Man, be excited. That's what Detroit wants to see. We want to see a winning product, of course. But we want to see our coaches, our GMs, our owners be excited about the process.
Right. No, you have to be, and that's part of the culture that you want to build. Like, if you're not all in and you're not excited when your team gets those wins, like, what are you doing here?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, you got to focus on the details. You got to get the things right. That obviously what we need our coaches and what we need our upper management to do. But when you have wins like this, you got to be one of the boys. You have to.
Yeah, I mean, it's great. But, I got to shout out my friend Joshua Smith. He said something so great, and I want to quote him verbatim because he was talking about how the Pistons landed the number one overall pick. He said, I want to read you verbatim. My conspiracy theory, which I don't care if it's remotely true because it benefits my team, is that we got rewarded the pick because we actually tanked in a way that wasn't blatant or embarrassing.
Yeah, that's fine.
And if that what it was, I could give 2 Fs.
I mean, this was the most successful tank job in NBA history.
Oh, and sports history.
In sports.
Honestly, sports history.
And I know we got a lot more to talk about this. We there's some more reactions I want to play. If you didn't see the reaction at Comerica Park, if you didn't see Troy Weaver's reaction, Corey was on a press conference afterwards with Troy Weaver. So we got more stuff coming up on this. But first, let me tell you about our friends at 8 Mile. Make sure, if you weren't celebrating last night with 8 Mile, you weren't celebrating the right way because, you're celebrating Detroit. You're celebrating that number one. You got to celebrate with the number one vodka in the city. Born in Detroit, says so right here on the bottle. You can get it at Meijer store. When we're celebrating the Pistons winning coming up in the future, make sure you got 8 Mile with you.
I'm looking to bring on another HVAC tech right now.
We are recruiting 5 to 10 techs a month.
We're looking to grow and expand. Every new tech we hire is from Northwestern Tech.
The hands-on training is fantastic.
They're always my first call.
We love hiring Northwestern Tech grads.
They come out trained and ready to work.
Our program is only 10 and a half months, and our next classes are starting soon. So why wait?
I'm looking to hire
Hire a graduate
of Northwestern Tech. Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Northwestern Tech.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show, live on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's #1 draft pick digital network.
Everything's number one.
Everything's
Number one.
So thank you guys for waking up with us, and we're going through the reactions from around the city from last night with the Pistons landing the #1 overall pick in the NBA draft that is coming up July 29th, and that means we got to get on our draft party. We got to find somewhere to do our live broadcast from, because
I wonder who we're taking.
That's the thing. I put out a Twitter poll yesterday after who should we take? Should we take Suggs? Should we take Green, Mobley, or Cade? And like 98% was Cade. Like,
you should have messed them up and thrown Franz Wagner in that.
Yeah, Wagner.
You know what?
Dickinson.
I promise right now, I wouldn't have found Troy if he drafted Franz with #1 pick.
Oh my God!
But it's kind of funny you mentioned about who should the Pistons take, because I got one of the last questions in during the Zoom call last night, and I asked Troy, is there any guy out there that he just looks at from what he's seen so far and says that guy is the Detroit Piston?
And you got that video?
Yep.
Yeah, let's hear Corey asking Troy Weaver this question.
There's just one player that you just look out just from the tapes and the games that you've seen that you say that guy would be a great Detroit Piston.
It's about 4 or 5 of them that I felt that way about going along this process. Now we're #1, so we get to pick the best one we see fit to move us forward.
So obviously he's not tipping his cap.
No,
he's not saying exactly who they want.
Man.
Yeah, I mean, there's some leverage involved too with having this #1 overall pick, especially if you're falling in with a guy that's 3 or 4. I mean, you could potentially trade down. Like, there's just tons of possibilities. I don't want to talk about trading the pick just yet.
Yeah,
but it's a possibility.
And that's what I was saying right there. Like, everybody's saying go all in on Cade Cunningham. And you know what? I'm all for that. He's the consistent #1 pick, dynamic playmaker, can shoot. Cade has all of the abilities. But let's just say they do fall in love with somebody like Jalen Green. You could trade down, get some equity, maybe maybe rob somebody blind, and then boom, you don't have to draft Jalen #1. You can move back a spot, get him there, and then it's still a win. But the possibilities are endless, but just right now, the fact is, it just feels good to say they have the #1 pick.
Oh, that moment last night, honestly, like outside the Tigers, that's the biggest Detroit sports moment in the past 10 years, period.
Easy.
Period. Like, honestly, I can't think of a bigger one. I can't think of another moment where I was that jacked. And you know what I'm excited for? Guys like Jeff, our intern Jeff. Because, Jeff, how old are you?
20.
He's 20. He's 20. So 2014 is just kind of a memory to him. It's not something that he ever really experienced. And this is like the first real W you've seen the Pistons get, right?
Yes, I was only 4 when we won. So, I mean, my mom used to have tickets to the games, but no, this is the first real, like, dang, we have the #1 pick. So I'm excited, man.
Yeah,
it's a great day.
It's amazing. What's that like, though? I mean, honestly, like, because when I was growing up, I was born in '81. So when the Pistons won in '89 and '90, I was 8, 9 years old. I could remember that. I was 23 when they won, the championship. You can imagine what it's like to be in your low 20s when the Pistons are winning a championship. But to never have experienced anything like with a clear win, like since Flip Saunders left, we have like the 3rd lowest winning percentage in the NBA.
Yeah.
So I just you got to be ecstatic for the future,
I'm
man.
ecstatic for a lot of reasons. It's good because when you change up the front office, you get guys you like. I mean, it's comparable to the Lions. You get guys, the right people in the front office, and it becomes exciting. Like, I love Troy Weaver. I mean, I was a fan of him in OKC. So just to see everything kind of come together, and we get the #1 overall pick. So it's like everything's coming together, man. We just need to make the playoffs, and it'll work from there. So
we can do it, man. Did everybody see Comerica Park react
No,
last
I want to see this.
Okay, so obviously there was a home Tigers game going on last night during the NBA lottery, and here's the reaction to the announcement on the big screen at Comerica.
Let's fucking go! Let's go! It's Cunningham season.
Isn't that awesome?
That's so cool.
Like the whole city, man, is coming together. I'm getting goosebumps.
You know what moment I'm waiting for, right? The moment I'm waiting for is hopefully the Tigers will be winning and a Tigers game is going on, and at the same time across the street you have a Pistons Eastern Conference Championship game going on.
Oh, that's the dream, man.
Across the street, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's never happened.
No.
It's never happened.
No, there's been those days where it's like, all right, you know, you're downtown, then you got to drive all the way to the Palace and stuff like that. I've been on those nights, but yeah, just to be able to walk across the street, and I can't wait for that outside garden area with the big TV. Like, that's just going to be packed with people who couldn't get into the arena. Like it's coming, man. You could feel the momentum. You could feel the Detroit train coming, and I think it all has to do with us having Trick on yesterday.
Honestly.
Hey, he came in there and provided the good luck. Talked about the no-fly zone. Jalen Rose brought it up later on. Everything is just working together right now. This is you know what? Could Woodward Sports have started at a better time when everything is on the upswing?
No, and that's what we talked about. Like, we're growing with the teams. And while all these other Detroit, sports outlets have just been shitting on our teams for years, we're coming in at the right time to where we're all on the uptrend, and we're not here to shit on the teams. We're here to enjoy what we're going through and understanding, hey, we're in a building procedure right now. I'm not going to use the word process. We're in a building procedure right now. We'll get there, but let's enjoy the ride too, because this was part of enjoying the ride. Like when we were talking about the Pistons before they went into this season, it was, we know they're not going to be good. We just want to see them competitive by the end of the year. And what did we see? We saw them competitive by the end of the year. And now we're adding a piece like potentially Cunningham to this. It's just,
let me ask you this.
It's all coming together, baby. It's all coming together.
Does Cade become the biggest Detroit star we got right away?
Yes.
Easy.
Already is. Period. And if you want to know how much he's in tune with the city already, here is Cade's IG Live from last night when he found out who got the #1 pick.
Run it up.
Did you hear Sadiq just FaceTime me?
Yeah. Wait, what?
At the beginning, you could hear him say, Sadiq just FaceTime me.
That's so awesome.
Oh, man, that was DFW to Detroit, baby. Yes, sir, Charles. Yes, sir. It's lit, baby. It's lit. It's lit. It's lit. We finna turn Detroit up. Let's go. We finna turn Detroit up. Bumped up, all that.
Man.
He's happy. His entourage is happy. His family, pretty sure some families in there, they're happy. What more do you want? What more do you want? You got two young rookies. You got one from on the Lions with Penei Sewell. You got one right here with Cade Cunningham, presumably the #1 pick.
Yep.
You got two young guys who are excited to be a part of Detroit. What more can you ask for? What more can you ask for really today?
We have identity again.
Yeah.
And that's what we haven't had in a while. Like for the longest time with the Pistons, it was, all right, we have some old vets who we know we can get that 6th seed at best, and we'll probably get bounced in the first round. But that was our identity. Like they weren't growing. We weren't building towards anything. Now we're building towards everything, and the league's been put on notice, especially with what Sadiq Bey and Beef Stew did this year, getting named first team and second team all rookies, with being mid to late round draft picks, and not even including Killian Hayes, who is going to be our point guard, and then we could slide Cade over to the 2 or Jalen Green if they decide to take him. But damn, man, there's just so many. We have so many room for activities now.
Again, just to go kind of piggyback off your point, the Pistons tanked while they were competitive and allowed young talent to be on the floor, gain their experience, take their lumps. And what came from it? Killian Hayes started out a little bit of a struggle. I believe that's because, he was, I want to say maybe it was too many chefs in the kitchen, with Blake Griffin and Derrick Rose in his ear. No really any kind of real shade to Derrick Rose. I believe he was all about mentoring Killian Hayes. But to the point when he came back After the injury, Killian Hayes was a new player. Seemed like he had more confidence. Finished off the season pretty good. I believe if he would have played that same way the entire season, he could have made a first or second team rookie as well. But to that point, he's going to be good. Saban Lee. Even Saban Lee provided some quality minutes when he got out there on the floor. But then, back to your point, you got Isaiah Stewart and Sadiq Bey both making first and second team all rookies. And now you have the number 1 pick to add to that. They are creating a young nucleus that I'm expecting maybe the next, I'm going to say, let's say 3 years. 3 years should be a formidable force to come in the East. And you still got Jeremy Grant. So it's looking up. And remember, when Troy Weaver was signing some of those guys in free agency, I'm like, what the hell is he doing with some of these guys? Jeremy Grant, yeah, but when you went to Mason Plumlee and Jahlil Okafor, what is going on here? They tanked while still being competitive. And what more can you ask for?
Some playoff wins and a championship down the road.
Yeah.
But, I don't want to get ahead of myself. I'm still enjoying the victory from last night. And, if you missed the moment where we were named the number 1 overall pick and you got to see Ben Wallace, this is one of my favorite clips that'll go down in Pistons lore. Because setting Ben Wallace, to have him on camera for this is perfect. And watch this.
Number 1 pick in the 2021 NBA draft goes to the Detroit Pistons.
You know why? Because you did not want to tell Ben Wallace he did not get the number 1.
Dude, that picture of him where you saw him just like this.
That picture is going to go down in history. Ben Wallace looked like the true badass that he is.
Yep.
He looked like a badass with the fro, but then right there, he just looked like a mob boss. Like, yeah,
literally. My
like
team handled that for me. That's what it is.
Like you said, Joey, yeah, I dare you tell me we're now number 1.
Right.
Try me.
Please. Here's what our starting lineup could potentially look like, and this is without making any offseason moves, no free agent acquisitions. It's just the roster we have in place right now. Killian Hayes, Sadiq Bey, Cade Cunningham, Jeremy Grant, and Isaiah Stewart.
I'm with it.
That's a team.
I'm with it.
That's a team. We have a team.
I'm with it.
You know how young they are, too? Outside of Jeremy Grant, who's 27, I mean, you got a 22-year-old, 19-year-old, 20-year-old. Like, that's what we need. As long as we can stay healthy, I am all about this team.
And Troy Weaver's building this team the same way that he helped build the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now it's just being done in the East. Guys who just want to go out there and hoop. Oh, I'm crying inside.
Right. So, I don't want to get too far ahead, but we got to give these guys nicknames.
Yeah.
Like, we got to, all this will come to fruition, and we'll figure it out as we go. But, damn, the future is so bright for the Detroit Pistons after last night. And honestly, it would have been bright if we got 2 or 3 as well, but not like – it just feels good to have that number 1 overall pick, man.
Man, this is a feeling we've never had. So it's like,
not in my lifetime.
And we don't ever have to hear about the Darko mess up anymore. That's my biggest thing.
Well,
no, that's never going anywhere.
If we fuck this up, we're going to hear a lot about
There's
it.
no way we can, though. Like,
There's
no way we can. We got Troy Weaver and Coach Casey. There's no way.
Instead of just saying there's no way, I'm just going to leave it at I trust Troy Weaver.
Exactly.
Don't even want to put the juju out there, but
ain't no juju, man. This is ours. Come on.
Some of these comments are hilarious. Jake from YouTube said, "Can we send Ben Wallace as the Red Wings rep for the next NHL draft lottery?"
Yes. He's the new ambassador for all draft lotteries.
Send him to the Tigers too. Shit.
The Tigers, yeah. I want to get one more word out of Troy Weaver because during the press conference he was asked just like his initial reaction and what he was preparing for going into this. So let's get one more word from Troy Weaver on this. Then we got Joey's news coming up next.
First we'll go to John Macro.
Hey Troy, thank you so much. When the pick was revealed to be number 1, what was your first thought that you had?
Praise God.
Yep. And then my second quick follow-up would be, knowing that I know you're not going to tip your hand, but what would adding a player like Cade Cunningham do to this roster?
Continue to move us forward. Continue to help us restore the Pistons. I mean, that's the goal. Whoever we pick, that's number 1 goal, is to continue to help us restore the Pistons and build this franchise back to where it once was.
I just love how calm he was. And another quote that I love that he had last night is like, I have unwavering faith. Whether we got the first, the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth, or the sixth, I have unwavering faith in what I believe in, and I have unwavering faith in the Detroit Pistons. And I just love that sentiment.
I mean,
like, he's putting it right up there with his religion.
I mean, hey, if you look at how he maneuvered that draft last year, it's kind of like so far he proved it.
Yeah.
So when he nails this draft, it would just add to that resume of his unwavering faith. It's just great to have guys like him and Brad Holmes in Detroit, and even Stevie White, just guys that are here that want to make Detroit sports great.
Low key, when you do think about it, we got some legends in Detroit right now.
We're building a new culture, man, and every team is trending up right now. It's so cool to see this happening because, you know, we've experienced just the doldrums for so long.
1,700 plus, like things like what, 1,700 plus days without a playoff from either team.
Longer than I want to care to admit.
That.
Just mumbling over here about it. Rabble.
That's freaking 6 years almost.
Grizzled old men talking about the sports team. Son of a bitch can't make the playoffs. No, but honestly, man, like the Lions, the energy that's coming through there, now that the energy that's coming through the Pistons, just how social media is starting to embrace these teams. The Tigers aren't the shit show we thought they were going to be coming into the season. They're showing, our young guys are showing signs of improvement, even in AA and AAA ball. Our young guys are coming up. The Red Wings, the Yeiser plan's in place. Like, you know, it's just, there's just so much going on right now, and it's amazing to be a part of the city in this moment because we know in the next 5 to 6 years, one of these teams is going to cash in all these chips. And it's not going to be every team, so like I'm not going to go overboard with that. But damn, one of these teams, one of the four, has to cash in on the momentum that's going on right now in Detroit. And if you want to cash in on some savings, you like that, Joey?
Yes, I do.
Coast Portland has knives. They have camping equipment. See, I got my little knife right here. Use it every morning to like open stuff, and you know, it's just handy to have. Plus, you could have lanterns, headlights, reflection gear, everything you need for camping. Go to coastportland.com right now. Enter promo code WSN20 and save 20%.
Good morning, everyone.
Extra, read all about it.
Let's get into Joey's news.
Let's go.
Hey, we cannot show this enough. You see me repping that Piston. Honestly, I'm going to just, you can't cover the 313, but look, this is Pistons 1 right there. That's
there
it.
You go.
We got that #1, baby. And this is, I got to show one more time our reaction in the studio because it was just that amazing when we found out the Pistons landed that #1 pick. Is it you go? Hey, I love Detroit Kool-Aid.
Trying to hug Ben Wallace.
Yeah, that too, but a grown-ass man with a little baby teddy bear in his jersey that he calls his lucky teddy bear.
Whatever. That teddy bear needs to be at every game.
We need that teddy bear in our studio at all times,
yes.
Kool-Aid. And then shout out to Mr. Prod Designs right here for this nice little edit of Cade in the Pistons uniform because, man, it just looks so good. I mean, he's probably going to be rocking that too, though, right?
I don't know. I saw on Twitter somebody wanted to put him in 20 because, you know, Barry Sanders was from Oklahoma State, and he came here and obviously was one of the greatest Lions of all time. So Cade,
that's interesting.
Throw Cade in number 20, and, you know, let's run with it.
That is very interesting.
Yeah, I thought that was a cool idea, but I don't care what number he wears. He can wear whatever number he wants. We could take one off the rafters and give it to him if he wants it.
Yeah. Hey, I'm excited to talk about this coming up in a few. Suns versus Clippers. Man, Game 2, Western Conference Finals. Paul George. I mean, Paul George at the end of the game started doing so well. And a guy that's a 84.7% free throw shooter in his career, this is what he looked like when they were up by 1. 8 seconds left on the clock.
Huge free throws here for Paul George. And that's critical because now if he hits the second one, Suns only needed 2 to tie it.
And they've already given up a free throw rebound.
Let's just go right to it.
You can't assume. Beverly's pursuit has to be accounted for.
George, who's hit some big buckets down the stretch, missing that free throw. He's got one more. Crowder and Ayton along the free throw line to make sure they secure it if he misses another. Missed another.
Man,
I got something for you, Joey.
What do you got for me?
Entering last night's game, Paul George went 0 for 2 from the free throw line just once this season. February 22nd against the Brooklyn Nets in the third quarter. He went exactly 2 for 2 from the free throw line 104 times this season entering last night's game.
And what's crazy is that's not shocking. This NBA players we're talking about, the dude's shooting 86% this year for his free throws, 84.7% in his career. So there's no excuses. Come on,
pressure, baby. Those two things creates diamonds or bust pipes.
But
Paul George
under pressure,
is a pipe.
he was balling out.
PG-13 went away last night, and playoff P came back.
That is the crazy thing, though, because to get him in that position, he was going back and forth with Booker, draining shots, and then you get to the free throw line, and it's just you and your brain, and that did not work.
You know what it was? I don't really think it was. First off, Paul George did mess up, but I think it was more of the basketball guys correcting the wrongness as opposed to Paul George missing those free throws, because that ball should have been out on Patrick Beverly, but they called it out on D. But it was the right call, but it's a bad rule because Pat Bev knocked that ball out of his hand.
Yep.
All I know though is Luke Kennard went off 10 points in that fourth quarter.
Woo!
Went off.
And an L. All right.
And then an L.
I'll take it.
Overall,
hey, Luke Kennard and Reggie Jackson in your team, we know how that story works.
We seen it.
We seen it.
We seen it
too many times.
Right.
And Devin Booker going out, that was a little scare right there. When at first I thought he hit him. When I was watching that play, I was like, oh man, he definitely hit him. But just a little nose-to-nose collision, ended up bleeding. He broke his nose.
I'm
pretty sure it's broke.
It looked broke.
Dude came back to play, was driving to the lane. I was like, man, this is what we need to see.
Screw driving to the lane. How about setting the pick on the last play? Like, you got a broken nose and you're setting a pick on a 900-pound gorilla? Like, damn.
I don't want to say it, but there's somebody else who would have made that same kind of play. Somebody he's been compared to.
Somebody with a mentality of a snake.
Yep. I'm not going to say it.
Not going to say it.
Broken nose or not, man.
No Vince. Yep.
And this substance abuse testing in the MLB has turned into a thing.
Yeah.
Turned into a thing. Just look at these reactions of grown-ass men out there on the diamond.
Yeah, look at these guys. They're just sick of hearing about it. Like, all right, fine.
I'm going to take my pants off. Right?
And then here's Scherzer yesterday, too. He's like, you know what? Like, this is good. If you're going to dress me down in front of everybody, then fine. Just dress me down. I'll just take off all my clothes. And to come at Scherzer yesterday, like, that was such a bullshit. And the coach was saying, oh, it's because he was touching his hair more than normal. And I didn't notice, like, I didn't like that he was touching his hair. So they asked the ref to search Scherzer, and obviously, as you see, he was not having any part of that. Any part of it.
That's going to be so annoying for them all. Like this is only a couple days in on this to where we're really starting to see these videos circulate. I mean, there's going to be – I hope one dude just takes his pants off and he's just butt-ass naked or something. Like, just freaking – it's ridiculous, man.
Yeah, well, I mean, damn near that last night. So you're going to start to see an influx of women at baseball games. Just male strippers coming off the field after every inning.
Oh, God.
And the Tigers get the W, 8-2 over the Cardinals. We play on them again, 1-10 today. Great game out of the Tigers yesterday.
Yeah, it looked good, and then obviously you saw the reaction in Comerica Park, and that's one thing I love about this city. And like back when the Red Wings were doing awesome and the Pistons were good and stuff like that, whenever you see these teams like supporting each other and the big stars showing up at the opposite sports games, you love that. And then when you see baseball fans going nuts for the Pistons, you just know that like it's just one big sports community here in Detroit. We're like the smallest big city in the world. Like
when they hopefully invite Panay Sewell out to throw a first pitch, things like that. Right. Yeah, I love to see it.
Yep. Yeah, you just love to see like them sitting courtside and stuff like that during the game. So you just we're here, baby. We're here.
And to the most recent edition on the Morning Woodward Show, it is our boy Jeff who is going to add some nice flavor to this. What do we got, Jeff?
All right, today on What's Trending with Jeff, I got a double header. All right, the first video comes from it's a amateur baseball league in Georgia. If it's up on that screen.
Yep.
Okay, so. I can walk you through it as it's playing. It's basically a guy. It looks like a third baseman catches the ball, fakes the pass to it looks like the pitcher, holds on to the ball, and completely fools this man and then gets him out. I've never seen this.
That's nice.
Let alone, I've never seen anyone hold the ball for that long, let alone in a baseball game. So it took me off guard.
And the key to this play is the pitcher not going back to the mound. Because once the pitcher goes on the mound, he has to have the ball. So the pitcher had to be like lagging around, just kind of, and that guy stepped off third. Joik, when he was playing softball with us, he actually tried that, and the ump was like, "Dude, what are you doing?"
So so people do try this.
The hidden ball trick is an old trick. It usually goes down at first base. Like they'll do a little check throw over to first, and then the first baseman will fake the throw and keep it in his glove. Then the guy will take his lead, and they just tap him. Like it's happened a bunch in baseball.
What a mind game, though. Yeah. Then I got another video.
The pitcher pulls his hand out, fake catches the ball.
It looks like Oklahoma State softball women's, and it's just a chick getting hype. She's behind her coach in an interview, and she chugs the entire water bottle. First off, that's a cold water bottle. Number two, and she starts getting lit afterwards. I mean, she looks like a keeper from what I see right now. So. I don't really watch a lot of women's softball, but I mean, this is exciting, man.
Yeah, she's a senior actually, and she's been doing this after almost every one of their games. And they were saying that if this was a freshman, she'd be getting in a lot of trouble. But it's a senior. Let her have some fun.
Yeah, seniors get the little benefit of the doubt. But yeah, those two videos are what I found yesterday on What's Trending. I'll have more tomorrow, but that's all for today, though. That's it.
Awesome. So, yeah, we're going to start adding that to Joey's News. We'll have Jeff's trending videos, one or two of those each day because, viral content's out there and we want to talk about it.
Thank you, Jeff.
Thanks,
Jeff.
And I want to give a shout-out to my people over at Bridge Street Exchange because that is where you could get the hottest items, and it's just a great spot for men to just go shop and treat themselves because ladies, they feel like they got all them stores that they could go to, but for the fellas, there's no nice little one-stop shop. Bridge Street Exchange, the original location in downtown Fenton, the newest inside of Somerset collection if you ever are at the mall. You got to go check them out and take advantage of 15% off by using the code word WSN or tell them Woodward Sports sent you.
Tony is a third-generation logger that has a simple, practical approach to life and work. That's why his Coast DX342 knife is perfect for him. The stainless steel blade is rust-resistant and made for all-weather use. And the double roll-lock safety ensures that it will never inadvertently close when he doesn't want it to. That's why Coast is trusted tough.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show live on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. And coming up in about 15 minutes, we are going to qualify somebody to get into our $25K Kick for Crypto contest going on. And it's real easy. All you got to do, get a football, kick it into the back of our truck from 35 yards away, and you could win $25,000 in crypto. 3 chances to qualify today, 9 a.m., noon, and 4 p.m. right here on the Woodward Sports Network. I mean, listen, I was so excited last night watching after the Pistons got that #1 overall pick. I forgot there was a basketball game going on, the Western Conference Finals, and that game also lived up to its billing. It was amazing. Suns at 4.
Dude, this is, and Corey, you posted this on your socials. This is crazy, man. This is really going to turn out to be Suns in 4 for the conference finals and soon to be for the real finals.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe he just called his shot for the rest of the way.
Man.
Suns in 4 in each series because, I mean, the dude is looking like a prophet. I'm going to be honest. Yesterday,
What's he on the IG?
I think I picked the Clippers last night to win it, and Cameron Payne, what more can you say about him? DeAndre Ayton, of course, he got the game-winning shot, but Cameron Payne played the game of his life. But I want to read something real quick about Cameron Payne. This was from the Chicago Bulls scouting.
Okay.
We knew, because Cameron Payne, just so people know, Cameron Payne played for the Bulls and he was ushered out unceremoniously. We knew the second practice after he was acquired that he couldn't play at an NBA level, said a source close to the situation. The only reason it took 2 practices was because we thought it maybe was nerves the first one. Any Bulls coach who says differently is lying.
Well, they got that wrong.
Sure did.
And I'm sure the Suns are very happy that they could not evaluate the player that they had in their locker room.
Yeah.
But last night's game, it was a close game throughout, essentially. Devin Booker got a bloody nose. Joey, you kind of showed the highlight during your news. And that, there it is right there. A headbutt from Beverly, which may or may not have been intentional. You never know with Beverly.
Nah, man, that was all intentional about Black Air Force's Beverly. So yeah.
Okay, so you think that was intentional?
Oh, you know what? Anything that Patrick Beverly does, I think is intentional when it comes to players getting hurt. He's done Bush League stuff like that with Russell Westbrook. And remember, Westbrook said it before. Patrick Beverly got y'all confused thinking he out there playing defense. He just all bark. He was all bark again last night. Tried to get inside of Devin Booker's head again after he bloodied his nose up. Didn't work. Took another L.
There's certain players, when they do things, you know that they were doing it in a dirty way.
Right.
And that's just one of them right there.
Yeah. Beverly, he's that type of guy that gets in your business, so just a disruption. But that's what good defensive players are. Like, remember Bruce Bowen back in the day? Everybody hated him, called him a dirty player. Ron Artest is what Ron Artest is. But whenever you're that type of close defender, you're going to get a reputation as being physical and being bad. Joey, you mentioned it earlier too. Paul George missing those 2 free throws. How can you shoot so well from the field with guys in your face, 3 guys in your face, and then all of a sudden, boom, you can't?
Just before that, too, literally the shot before that was made pretty much right there at the same spot as a free throw shot.
Right.
Right there. 3-pointer right before.
Right.
And then you miss 2. Like, this is inexcusable. You can't do this.
As great as Paul George played in the second round, you got to give him credit for that. He has a history of looking funny in the light when the pressure is on. He folds like a cheap tent. It's like clockwork. I thought he was past it off of how he played last series, but it seems that it's starting to rear its ugly head again. And for them to be down, first off, the Clippers are playing with fire, as we said yesterday. They're down 0-2 for their 3rd straight series in these playoffs.
Wow.
Now you're going to be down 0-2, and Chris Paul is coming back rested from that shoulder.
Yep, he gets to play Game 3, they said, too. So Chris Paul will be back for Game 3. Obviously, the biggest play of the game last night, 0.8 seconds left, and they drew up this little sweet inbound play to Ayton. Boom!
Man.
And I cannot believe they were actually reviewing this, considering maybe calling it a goaltend. Like, it's not a shot if it's an inbound pass. So it's a pass no matter what.
I think it all just depends if the ball is over the cylinder.
It doesn't matter on a pass. On an alley-oop, that happens all the time.
Yeah, Mark Jackson said it immediately. That's a live play.
Yeah.
That's a live ball. There's no goaltending. That was a live ball.
Yeah, it can't be goaltending because it wasn't a shot.
Yeah.
But you also can't shoot it from the inbound.
Exactly. So it can't be goaltending.
But it can't be over the cylinder, I think, is the way that they rule it.
It can be on a pass. It happens all the time with alley-oops.
Yeah.
All the time with alley-oops. It's just got to be a clear pass. It can't look like a shot.
And you want to know what? Scott Foster did his best job to F that game up. And I pulled up an interesting stat from that. Chris Paul team, and it's from StatMuse, Chris Paul teams had a loss 11 straight playoff games officiated by Scott Foster going into last night's game.
Jeez. Well,
the streak is broken.
Well, not really, because Chris Paul wasn't leading that team.
Yeah, but I mean, so maybe that's what it was.
That
I didn't
was
see
the key.
CP3.
That was the key. Chris Paul had to not play in the game. This is what I love, though. You got a little sneak peek of the coaching that went on before that play, and listen to the Suns coach, Williams, coach him up about how to execute this inbound pass.
Our ball. Okay, execute it. D8. If he throws it, you got to, like, try to dunk it, okay?
I love that. If he throws it, you kind of got to, like, dunk it, okay? And boom, what happens? Like, that's great coaching right there.
You know what I'm loving about this Suns teams right now? They're proving several things, and I jotted them all down. First off, Monty Williams is proving that he's a hell of a coach. I mean, from the bubble last year where they went on that streak, and it carried over into this season. Got to give him credit for that. Another thing that was proven, playing behind CP3 will help any point guard. Look at Cameron Payne, 29 points and 9 assists. Devin Booker had a decent game last night, but he also was proving that the mid-range game still matters. And DeAndre Ayton, with the 24 points, 11 rebounds, he's showing that big men, when you play big, and he played big, they still have a place in the NBA.
Yeah, I love Ayton, too. I like his game. Like, he's a contributor. He's not trying to dominate the game. He's getting his dirty buckets when he needs to get them, playing great defense. The dude's fingers are at least this long when he has that big-ass paw up there. Yeah, Ayton, to me, is the key. And we said that last series, too. Remember?
He has to be the key. The thing I love about Ayton is when he's not getting the ball, he's still out there being effective, active. He's not being lazy on either side of the ball. That's what every big man could really learn from him right now that's in the league. If you still want to place in this league where they're now trying to make it more about spacing, you just want to play a big man game, look at how DeAndre Ayton is playing.
Right.
I'm so mad at myself for this game yesterday.
Why?
I was so tired after our Pistons draft lottery. I fell asleep on the couch with 3 minutes left, right when it just got juicy. I was so mad at myself. I had to watch the replays this morning. It sucked.
Coming off that #1 high was weird.
I could care less about Suns game.
Right.
Screw them at that point. We got #1, baby.
Because I was similar, man. I came off the high. I fell asleep probably in like the second quarter. I woke up in the third, and then I was like, oh, this is perfect.
Wow.
But, whew, man, because I was jumping around my damn living room last night by myself, going crazy because the Pistons got the #1 overall pick. What a night. What a night. It's something I'm going to remember. Like, in your memory of all Detroit sports, where does this kind of moment rank?
Probably, that I can remember, probably 2.
Number 2?
Because I still.
What's this after? What's after this?
Before it.
Well, I mean, I saw the 04 Pistons title, so that was #1. But
memories in general. Okay, I thought you were talking about draft.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying Detroit sports. Like we haven't had the #1 overall pick in 51 years.
I won't lie. For me, this is going to be #1.
Yeah,
it's got to be because I mean, when you look at the amount of years, I mean, I was still so young when all these championships happened for us. So for me, this goes down as #1.
Understandable.
That excitement was just crazy. Like it was something that even once it happened, I didn't believe it.
Right.
Like it was weird to me.
I've never said WTF so many times in a row because I was just like, woo, this doesn't happen to Detroit.
It does not, and it did though.
In 51 years, the #1 pick. They haven't had a top 3 pick since Grant Hill.
And that,
what did I take that back? Darko. I just
well,
I purged Darko out my head. I purged it out my head.
Glad you took that. You erased that from history. Good job, Corey.
Yeah, and honestly, a lot of people are comparing Cade to a Grant Hill style type player. So I've heard many comparisons. One of them was Grant Hill, and I'd take a second coming of Grant Hill.
Hell, I'll take a second coming of Grant Hill because. And I'm going to piss a lot of my friends off. I don't care about this. Grant Hill was LeBron James before LeBron James. Get mad at me if you want to.
Yeah, as long as we don't bring back the teal and maroon, I'll take another Grant Hill era for sure, for sure. Adam is in the studio. We got his bets coming up next. So if you're looking at any games to gamble on tonight, we got our expert in the house, and he will be up here right on the Woodward Sports Network next.
So what's up? My name is Sean Baligian. Glad to be a part of Baligian and Bell every day at 11. I'm the guy that gets pissed off at all the stupid sports fans out there.
What up, though? I'm Drake Bell here on the Baligian and Bell show here at Woodward Sports Network. Tap into the energetic Sean and the calm, smooth Drake Bell.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show, live on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network, live streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and we got your chance to win $25,000 in crypto coming up just after Adam's bets, so stick around for that. But Adam, how'd you do last night, man?
3-2.
Okay.
But our underdog hit, and we put $300 on it. So everybody made a shit ton of money betting on the Habs last night. It was a great bet. You take them at plus 205. I called it. It worked out. So that alone compensated for the other two losses. The Yankees, unfortunate. We took them to cover with their ace on the mound. Garrett Cole only gave up 2 runs. They couldn't score. Like,
Right.
What do you want me to do? And the bullpen gives up 4 in the 8th. Fuck them. It's all good. Shit happens. $1,000 bet hit yesterday. England won. So that was good. We won $540 on that
Well, you
bet.
did another $1,000
Yep,
bet?
and we're going to do another one today. Yeah,
Oh,
I don't know. I'm
jeez.
2-0 so far this week, betting $1,000 on random shit. So
Maybe that's the magic number. You got to
Yeah.
bet every time.
I'm just saying it. It's working, but playoffs tonight.
Plus,
What are
you got to
gonna
make up for the 1,000 you lost on me.
do? We don't got to talk about it. Well, I made up for it the first night, actually. I won $2,500. Whatever. We're just going to get straight in. I'm so excited about this matchup. The Atlanta Hawks versus the Bucks. This will be... We might have 2 sweeps in the Western and Eastern Conference Finals total this year. It's going to be amazing. Giannis 5-0 against Trae Young head-to-head. Bucks against the Hawks all time. This is an easy game to call. We'll take the Bucks to cover. Honestly, if I was ever going to bet a cover and stay away from it, it's going to be this one. Only because it is going to be game 1. Atlanta's going to come off hyped. They're going to be ready to play ball. They're going to come out tough. But I just think Milwaukee, they don't have an answer for Giannis. Who's going to guard Middleton? Yes, you know, Atlanta's really shined coming into the playoffs. I think they're going to kind of get a slap of reality.
Yeah,
in this series.
I can't see
Milwaukee's
them winning
too
a
much.
game, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
they don't have any answer for Giannis.
Yeah,
They have
Milwaukee's
0.
too much. If you want to play safe money,
Capella?
you can bet Milwaukee to win on the money line, but that's like minus 380 right now. It's not even worth betting the money on it unless you're putting up a lot of money, which I don't plan on doing. I'm going to take the more efficient way. I'll take the Bucks to cover. Seems like free money. Islanders coming off an ass whooping to the Lightning. I believe they lost 7-0. So you sure as hell know the goalies and giving up another 7. So I'm going to take the under.
8.
Oh, was it 8?
Yeah, it was
well, that's
8.
embarrassing. Well, thank you, Fish. That was embarrassing. But yeah, last I checked, they were getting their ass kicked. This is playoff hockey. They're not going to go back-to-back games scoring that many goals. Both teams going to be much more defensively sound. I expect a low-scoring game, probably in the area of 2-2. And honestly, my favorite part about a flat number at 5 is I get a push. For any reason the game finishes at 5, I'm walking away with my money, no problem. I'm not mad. And then we're going to finish off with the Euros. Fish is absolutely going to love this. I'm going to start with Poland versus Sweden. I'll take Poland on the money line. I get them at plus 160. Relatively very similar teams in quality. The one key difference is the number 9 on both teams. The striker for Poland is probably the best in the world right now. So I'm going to take the striker. I'll take them to win Poland. They'll qualify. They'll go through and they'll win the group if they do win. And then between France and Portugal, this might be the game of the tournament. And it's in the group stage. It makes no sense to me. 2 of the favorites playing in the group stage. I love it. I'm going to take the over at 2.5 goals. That is set incorrectly. If it was 3, I might have bet more on this game, honestly, because I get that push factor. But plus 108 on the goals scored over 2.5. I like it. France, Portugal, Ronaldo versus Mbappe is probably going to be your headline. I'm looking forward to it. And then the last game of the night, Hungary versus Germany. Now, you're asking me, Adam, why are you betting on Hungary? Honestly, I have no idea. But it makes sense.
Hungary?
Hungary?
It's just Hungary.
Is it Hungary?
That's how I've said it for my whole life, so I don't know.
Well, I think because we're Americans, we say it wrong.
Well, that's also true.
Yeah,
wow.
I'm correcting you on European stuff.
All right, Hungary.
I believe it's pronounced Hungary,
All
and then we call it Hungary because we're a country of hungry people.
Well, I was just gonna say we're hungry, so.
Man, you sound like Joel Embiid.
Joel.
No, it's just Joel. Imagine that. What a difference it is if you go by Joel.
Right.
Well, anyways, that game, Hungary versus Germany, I'm going to take the under at 3.5 goals. Germany's already qualified. Hungary's already out. There's no chance for either. Germany's probably going to win this 1-0, 2-0. They're going to take their foot off the gas and just
Germany's
see out
probably
the
going to
game.
score 6.
Well, they scored 6
They're
against a very
probably
good
going to
team.
get pissed because they wanted to put the LGBTQ pride colors over the stadium, and UEFA blocked it.
Oh, wow.
Because Hungary, they banned transgender talk in schools.
Well, yeah, that sounds like a European team facing a Middle Eastern team. That's probably what would happen.
Hungary's not Middle East.
I know, but they sure as hell act like it.
All right, if you want to get in on any of these bets, it's real easy. You go to mybookie.com. You're in a promo code Woodward, and we will match your first deposit up to 50%. So you feel like putting in $100, you get a free $50 on the side. You feel like putting in $1,000, you get a free $500 on the side. All you got to do, go to mybookie.com right now, enter promo code Woodward, and we will match that first deposit up to 50%. So you can get in on Adam's bets, which we do every day right here on the Woodward Sports Network. Coming back, we're going to qualify somebody to get into the grand prize for our Kick for Crypto. Plus, we got a Coney review coming up and some Dan Campbell talk right here on the Woodward Sports Network.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. And at Hall Financial, we treat our clients like family. And our number one priority is giving each of our clients 5-star service. Our passion for 5-star service, combined with our expertise, allows us to find the best possible solution for refinancing your home loan. We take the time to focus on both the individual and the numbers. We're going to walk you through the process and close your loan in half the time of our competition. Go to davidhallmortgage.com today.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show, live on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Stick, Corey, and Joey up here on stage. This morning, we're talking a lot about the Pistons and a lot about just great things going on in the city. And another great thing that's going on is our $25K Kick for Crypto contest. And right now, we want to qualify somebody to get into the finals. Ooh. So all you got to do is be caller number 5 right now, 313-552-6322. The number is 313-552-6322. 313-552-6322. Pick up the phone. Call right now. Caller number 5. You are going to get into the finals for our Kick for Crypto contest going on July 23rd. And we want to get a ton of people into this so they can win. So thank you guys very much. Looking for that caller number 5 right now, 313-552-6322. And it is Wednesday on the Woodward Sports Network, so you know what that means. It is time for another Coney review. And Joey, you ready for this?
I'm ready for this. We had a little red hot style this time, something that I've never even heard of.
Yeah, we did this for Maz. This is the New York style red hot. And here's our Coney review from this week. All right, it is Wednesday, so it is time for another Coney review. That's why Joey's dressed like a wiener.
And last time we were all the way out in Petoskey.
Yes.
This time we are here in, where are we, Berkeley?
I don't know exactly what city this is. Is it Royal Oak? Is it Madison Heights? I think it's Madison Heights. Madison Heights. Let's 14 Mile and Stevenson Highway right here. Red Hot's New York style. So, Maz, this Coney review is for you.
New York. We're eating Coney's today. Wow.
Yeah.
Joey. It is now. You see these red hot Conies? Now it's a little different because this is all beef, you said, right? And they got a little spice to them. But look at this, Chop. I want you to get the char. They butterflied the hot dog.
They cook it all through. I love that.
That doesn't normally happen. So,
Lacey, say what up.
Hi, guys.
Say Woodward Sports, let's go.
Woodward Sports, let's go, guys.
There it is. All right. So, Joey, you ready to try these?
Man, so are these they're spicy, right?
Yep.
Yes.
So it's the red hot style.
Yes, that's the red hot, like you would see in Europe. And a Coney for you guys. There we go, guys.
Dog's a little dry.
Definitely get that heat, though.
Yeah. Ooh, got kick.
Yeah. It ain't the one chip challenge, but it's still hot. Now, I like it because it does add heat to the chili. I think it's, the basic chili that we've had at a ton of places. But I like the heat of the hot dog.
Not a juicy dog though. Not super well done, but I like it.
So for the red hot style, Joey, what you thinking? Because we also got a regular Coney that we got to try.
Cut that in half. All right. So for this one, I'm gonna probably give it maybe like a 77.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just dry for me.
I like it though. I like the extra heat. So let's do this. Try the regular dog and give this one a...
Wait, we didn't do a tap.
Yep.
We didn't touch.
We didn't touch. Let's go. So I like the red hot better.
I mean,
too.
Not pork.
Because it's not pork. That's what you said.
There you go.
So what'd you give? 77 for the Red Hot?
77 on the Red
See,
Hot.
I'm gonna go like 85 on the Red Hot.
Oh, you
I
love
think
that.
it's damn good. I like that. You know, I don't need it to be super juicy because I got all the chili to supply all that. Red Hot Dog for the win.
Red Hot Dog, definitely better. Red Hot like Lacey.
It's not often that anything from New York beats something from
That's
Detroit.
right.
What do you think, Joe?
No, if I'm being honest, I think you guys went a little too high.
Coming in with the heat, Red Hot style.
It doesn't have the juice that I like, and so for me, I'm gonna give it like a 65.
Wow.
Personally, I think splitting the dog down the middle. It's like when you're grilling, man. You would never do that to a steak. I just don't know if it should be done
You
to a
can
hot dog.
butterfly a steak if it's a fat steak,
Actually,
man.
you do. I just left a steakhouse, and in a steakhouse, that's exactly how.
Tell
it
him,
is.
Yeah, tell him, Lacey.
Well, as someone who grilled an amazing tomahawk on Father's Day, I'm just saying I would never do that. Good dog, I like the heat, but I just think you guys were a little high on the score, so.
All right. Well, we tried something new today, Joey.
You did. What was that called? A New York style?
A New York style red hot Coney, which I thought was good. I gave it an 85. You did not like.
I didn't hate it. It deserved a 77 in my books because it was still good. The chili was good. I mean, it was the national chili, but the way it was cooked, I liked it, but then it was just too much.
The regular Coney didn't cut it for me, man.
No.
That
was like you opened the bag and just threw the dog on there.
Yeah, that wasn't great. But if you're coming to Red Hots, obviously, get a Red Hot. It's really that simple. Decent Coney. I'd come here again just for the Red Hot, and honestly, I used to come to this place drunk after Tonic nightclub, so they've always been good in my book.
I'm only coming back here to see my girl, Lacey.
Where should we go next? Yeah! Where should we go next? Let us know. And that was our Coney review for this week. That place is at Stevenson and 14 Mile. Corey, you're sitting over there bitter. You like Red Hots?
Love them. Even though I'm on a note meat kick right now, I probably would have been start shaking if you would have said, "Hey, we're going to get Red Hots."
Yeah.
That might have been the one that might have tapped it. Maybe
How long have you been going with no meat, Corey?
I think today was like 38 days, something like that.
But they're hot dogs. It's not really meat. It's just like, lips and assholes.
Man. Honestly, even when people say that, I still eat a hot dog.
Yeah, they're still good.
Nothing disgusts me.
I know what's going on. I know, but I still like hot dogs.
People send me documentaries and all that. I'll watch the documentary and then I'll go eat a hot dog. Right
people try to freak me out about milk too. There's like pus and blood in there. It's like, yeah, okay.
Some good pus and good blood.
I've been drinking it my whole life. It tastes good with Oreos. So
yeah,
let's roll. So if you guys got a Coney spot by you that you want us to visit, let us know. Drop it in the chat right now. And Joey and I will do our best to make it out that way. We've gone all over Metro Detroit trying all these Coneys. So, yeah, we want to find out who has the best in the city. So let us know. And if you want to know who has the best product in the city, make sure you hit up our people at Levels. You go to enjoylevels.com or at enjoylevels on Instagram. They got their grand opening happening very soon. It's happening next month in Centerline, and it's going to be a huge party out there. We're going to have food trucks. We got some artists performing. We got a big giveaway that's going to happen, and so if you don't have a car, maybe you want to get in on this giveaway. Just a ton of exciting stuff happen at Levels, and make sure you check them out at Enjoy Levels.
Hey guys, I'm Dmac.
Hey guys, I'm Pilar.
That was a little slow.
All right.
Hi, I'm Dmac.
I wasn't ready. I was doing this.
Hi, I'm Dmac.
Hey, I'm Pilar.
I'm Maz. You're lit. Hi, I'm Dmac.
I'm Pilar.
I'm Maz. We suck.
You suck.
Catch us Monday to Friday, 3 to 5.
Every day, right here on The Hook.
On Woodward Sports Network.
Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show, live on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. And we got to give a shout-out to everybody that's watching right now on YouTube. Make sure you drop a like and a comment, and let us know where you're watching from. I love when we do this. I want to find out where everybody's at right now. Where were you last night when you found out the Pistons got the #1 overall pick in the NBA draft? So we got Pistons rolling, and, we can't forget about our beloved Lions. Dan Campbell has been kind of a lightning rod for several different things, and just about the way he's been aggressive and the message that he's been sending. Corey, you were out at OTAs and minicamp. You've talked to national media and brought this up, how national media doesn't really know how to respond to Dan Campbell, right?
I mean, it's been a thing going on and on since the kneecap comment to the race car helmet. It's like people in the national media. Dan Campbell has he's a pretty long-winded guy, but they'll take 30 seconds out of 15, 30-minute press conferences and try to highlight and paint a picture of this guy being a bozo and ignore all of the other good stuff that he says. It's an ongoing thing, but, it seems like a lot of players here in Detroit and outside of Detroit love his demeanor and his approach.
Yeah, and that's where I was going with this. George Kittle, who's probably one of my favorite players in the NFL that doesn't play for the Lions. Just the intensity that this guy plays with. He's got that long flowing hair, the crazy-ass beard. He's always, screaming, supporting his teammates. One of my favorite videos is him supporting Bosa, just yelling, Bosa! From the sidelines and all that. He's the kind of guy you want on your team, but he's also the kind of guy that understands what Dan Campbell is doing. And his quote on this is why I brought up this topic, is because it's nice to see outsiders understanding what the hell's going on here in Detroit, because we love it. We're embracing it. It's what we want. We want the identity. We want the aggressiveness. That's what we want in our head coach. And this is what Kittle said. Obviously, yeah, I'm going to bite into kneecaps. That's awesome. I love that. You're going to play some violent football, some dirty football, and I'm here for it. But there was a part where he talked about having good vibes in the locker room, and he was like, look, I love football. I'm going to get after it, but I want to have a good culture. I want to take care of the guys. I want to respect the guys, and I want them to have fun going to work. And I was like, see, work as hard as you want, but if you're having fun doing it too, that's what makes it okay to do that kind of stuff. As long as you don't have the mindset that we're just going to suffer every single day, let's have some fun a little bit. I love that stuff.
I mean, that's a Wisconsin boy right there. He gets it. And anybody else that could go and criticize Campbell for the things that he says, it's easy to do that because they're going after the Lions, and it's a bad organization when you look historically, so it's easy to do that. But that's a football player understanding it.
Oh, wow. Dan Campbell wants to have a work environment where you work hard and enjoy what you do.
Imagine that.
Whoa. I kind of, and I wrote this down. As Woodward Sports is growing, the expectations that are, levied on all of us, they're becoming a bit more demanding. But the work-life balance here is second to none. Everybody is happy to come in and work. Everybody's happy to work hard because the work-life balance is great. And then if you need a break, you guys encourage us, hey, take your break, recharge, and then come back hard. That is a model of success, not just for here, not for the Lions. That's a model of success for any organization. Not to go down the whole Caldwell rabbit hole of, the wins or losses or anything like that. I'm just going to bring up this point. Former Lions such as Matthew Stafford, Calvin Johnson, our own very own Joique Bell, Stephen Tulloch, Gary Slade, Dmac and Fellar, Dan Orlovsky, Reggie Bush, goes on and on. They all talked about how under Jim Caldwell, it was a great place to come to work. They enjoyed the work-life environment. Players loved coming to play for the Lions. You need that. Who wants to go to work? And, everybody who has a job, I'm sure they want to work, but who wants to go to work and, God, I got to be at this place for 8 effing hours? Fuck.
That's right.
Who wants that?
Yeah, and that's honestly the thing. That work-life balance is so important, and building that culture, because culture will make or break you, period. No matter what business you're in. If you don't have the culture where everybody has each other's back, and I'm very proud of the culture that we have here within the network too, because you see it on our content thread that somebody needs help, boom, there's like 5 people right there to help them, and that's what you want. You want people that are not trying to pull each other down to push themselves up. You want people that can come into work, be happy, and flourish doing what they do. And yeah, to your point of, hey, taking a break is like almost the most important thing you can do in the workplace. There's millions of studies that show you a well-rested, well-vacationed worker is 10 times more productive than somebody you've ground into the ground for an entire year, not giving them a break. So I love the culture that Dan Campbell's building, and you need to treat grown men like men.
And it's common sense when you really think about it. asking someone to have a good work-life balance is not a lot. And if you have that energy and you create that and you have the environment for that, you're going to see the success come out of it. And that's why I am excited for this upcoming season.
Yeah, and I just love that the sentiment of Dan Campbell is starting to get picked up by actual good players. Because we can hear the Joys talk shit all day long. Whatever the hell Joy says doesn't really matter about Dan Campbell. But when there's dudes that actually put in the work and are actually on the field between the lines, respecting what this guy is bringing to the organization and the game, now, because we've always been worried about, well, no one wants to come play for Detroit. Even if we could get that free agent, he doesn't want to be here. Well, now we're hearing George Kittle talk positively about us, and he has a major influence over all the tight ends in the league with his camp and everything that he does for them. So the goodness is going to spread, and it's going to be amazing when there's actually a great free agent, and they're like, you know what? I like the culture in Detroit. I want to go there and work. I want to be a part of this let's have fun, but let's kick ass mentality.
Well, they're definitely right now they're going in the right direction as far as building the culture. Now, obviously, the coach is not going to mean anything if they don't get any wins on the board. So let's be real about that. But at least right now they're going in the right. They're controlling what they can control right now, and that's at least putting in the right culture so that it can translate into a winning product. Which I'm still on the fence about whether it'll be this year. I'm still going to stick to my guns and say I believe their ceiling this season is 6 wins at most. But throughout the next couple of years, I believe that if they continue to build this culture and cultivate it, if they continue to bring in the right type of people who want to buy into Dan Campbell's program and he just ends up being a good coach, this can be a place where, once again, players will want to come to, and hopefully it does translate to the Lions getting their second playoff win in a modern era.
Well, just to go back to a couple more of Dan Campbell's quotes, my viewpoint is as long as it's not distracting to the team and if the kid can play and he's team-oriented, I got no problem with that. Listen, man, I've got zero problem with personalities as long as we can keep ego in check. And I think that's the balance you got to find. Personalities are great. Egos destroy culture.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. I mean, I believe they got rid of an ego with Kenny Galladay from things that we've heard. So
from what we've heard, he was all ego, man. Like, he came into the league as this dude, he left the Lions as this dude. Completely different people on work ethic, on just desire to win, on how he treated people around him, from what I understand. So I wasn't sad when Galladay left. Honestly, I really haven't even thought twice about Galladay. We spent more time worrying about Stafford.
Yeah, if you don't want to be here, we don't want you here.
Yeah.
Simple as that.
That's really that easy. So good things happening with the Pistons, good things happening with the Lions. The culture that's being created by Dan Campbell is amazing. So, let's just keep it going, man. Let's keep this momentum train going, and it's good to be a Detroit sports fan right now. I haven't felt this way in a very, 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 very long time.
Same way. I just hope right now, since we're still on the top of the lines, I just hope that Dan Campbell and Brad Holmes, they can go ahead and take that Pistons model of how they've done things as far as the Pistons are restoring their franchise. I think Brad Holmes' word was retooling.
Retooling. They wouldn't say rebuild.
Yeah, retooling. I hope that this retooling of the Lions is kind of in the same image. You're going to be – they've already did what the Pistons did. Say it without saying, hey, we're going to be a bad team and we're going to be working for these draft picks. I believe that's what they're going to be doing this year.
Awesome. Well, big nights for Detroit last night, and a good thing to hear great players talk positive about the Lions and about the culture that we're building here. So go Lions. I can't wait for more stuff to come out. And what are we, about 80 days away from kickoff right now? 80 days away from NFL. July is like a week away, and then August is going to be here before we know it. Like, whew, man, I'm so ready for football season.
Woo, we got some news.
Uh-oh, breaking news with Corey.
Well, Rod Beard of the Detroit News is reporting that Pistons GM Troy Weaver said that trading the top pick could be an option.
He should say that.
And the thing is, I'm not mad at that. Now, we entertained this a couple of days ago. What would you do if the Dallas Mavericks dangled Luka?
Luka? I'm cashing in.
For that number one.
Yeah,
Cause
easy.
Because it's a proven product, and that's why. Like, I have no problem going for a proven product like that.
Yeah.
I mean, think of like obviously you look at Killian. Injuries happen, but you see Luka, the way he's been performing in the NBA. If we could get a product like that right away, why not take?
What about Zion?
That one has been.
The Pelicans. He's not happy.
He's not.
He's not happy in New Orleans.
I'm mixed on Zion. I think Luka comes in and he instantly changes the face of the franchise for years to come. Cornerstone guy. Zion, I'm kind of on the fence about, because I would just rather, in that case, I would rather go with the Cade and then or Jalen Green or Mobley, whatever they decide to do with that, and then trust Jeremy Grant as the stretch for.
Yeah. Listen, Zion's my favorite player outside of anybody that plays for the Pistons. So if we could land a Zion, I'm all for it. I love the idea that this number 1 pick, it's like playing poker, but you got the cards in hand. Like, you know what you can do, you know what you can get away with, and we're holding all the cards right now. If we want to go out and try to pursue a superstar, we can do that and dangle that number 1 in front of somebody. If we want to hold pat and build this young core, we can do that and take Cade, who's only 20. What is he? 19? He'll be 20.
19. He'll be 20 by the time the season starts.
Yeah. And that's the thing, though, is the hype around Cade too. Is like he's kind of like the Trevor Lawrence, where everyone knows he's going to be the first pick.
Yeah. God, I love this. I just love that we have all this opportunity. And like we were talking earlier, if we love Jalen Suggs or Jalen Green and you want to trade down and get some assets for that number 1 pick and get him, because Cade's going to be the consensus number 1,
he's going
right?
to be the consensus number 1, so you don't have to draft one of those guys that, hey, you can tease like he's tipping his cap. Hey, I'm not tipping. We may draft Cade. We may not. What you talking about? What you got for us?
I love how we have competent leadership in all positions right now.
Yeah, we're not going to telegraph our damn pick for number 3 and we're getting Okuda, guys.
Yeah, we're not going to sign Chase Daniel to a $9 million contract right before we're trying to tease that we may take Tua. Like, that's what we were dealing with in the past with the Lions. And with the Pistons, it was Stan Van Jeremy trying his thing. And he could not get it done at all. Like, GM, head coach, the guy didn't know what the hell he was trying to piece together here. And you saw it with New Orleans. They've already shipped his fat ass out.
You're missing the best part, is then it comes time to use our backup quarterback who we pay $9 million for.
Oh, yeah.
And we don't even use him.
Yeah, we want to see what Driscoll and Blau got. They don't got $9 million that we're paying our backup. That's what they don't got.
So what the F did he? What did he do? Like pour water good or some shit?
Man, I don't know. Whatever he did though, he cashed out. Smartest, luckiest dude in the world.
I feel like we've went through the fire just to get to this point though.
Yeah.
Like we can look back with anger at all of those little things that added up, and now it's like, oh man, like I trust Troy Weaver, I trust Dwane Casey, I trust Holmes, I trust Campbell. I've never been able to say that since Billy D went away, Rest in peace, Bill Davison. To me, the best owner ever. And, Mike Ilitch, best owner ever. Like, those owners really, the trickle down set the tone for what they wanted. And, the Tigers tried like hell to get Ilitch that World Series at the end.
Yeah.
Like, and one of the saddest moments I can remember in Detroit sports history is Mike Ilitch out there just looking not Mike Ilitch-esque and just trying to inspire his team and show them if he can walk out there, they can win a World Series, and they still couldn't get it done.
You know who I'm going to give some credit to for this whole thing with the Pistons that does not get a lot of credit? Like, you gave Sheila Ford Hamp a lot of credit for what she's doing with the Lions, and rightfully so. But going to give Tom Gore some credit in this aspect. At first, everybody's like, what the F is Gores doing trying to build around Andre Drummond and Blake Griffin and so forth? What he did was he stepped out the way. He brought in the basketball minds with Arn Tellem, Ed Stefanski, Troy Weaver, and he's let those guys cook. And now the Pistons are further along in a tangible restoration process that people can actually sink their teeth into. So, everybody gave him crap to begin with, and rightfully so, but he stepped back, and right now the Pistons are looking pretty good.
Pistons are looking damn good. Damn young, damn good, a lot of energy. I mean, like, we're not even talking about Jeremy Grant, who showed that he can be a great number 2 at minimum in this league.
And kudos to him. He could have stayed with the Nuggets for the same price. He bet on himself. He said, hey, I'm not a 4th or 5th option. Now he's here in Detroit, and he's a part of a young nucleus that's going to be building around him and the other talents, and it's a great thing to see.
Yeah. Great stuff going on right now, man. I just can't get over what the hell happened. I'm so excited.
It's gonna be an emotional high around here all day.
Probably all week. What was the percentage? The
14.
14% chance.
Yep. There were 3 teams that had
Yeah.
a 14% chance. It was us, Houston, and Orlando.
Amazing.
And we got it, baby. And
Suck it, Orlando and Houston.
yeah, and OKC. OKC. They got 3 first-round draft picks, and they're literally sitting in the position we were sitting in last year.
Yeah, they got like about 1 million draft picks. They'll be all right.
Yeah, they'll be fine. Let's do this. Joey's News is coming up next, where we're going to go over all the reactions from around the city. Plus, we got Jeff's viral clips on the way right here on the Woodward Sports Network.
Ever since Corey's been wearing this LeBron James jersey around the network, it's been falling down a lot.
And you know, really, that's it. Dan Campbell is going to be the man for the Lions. Don't you agree, Corey? I didn't even touch you.
Good morning, everyone.
Extra, read all about it.
Let's get into Joey's News.
Let's go.
I don't know if you guys know this, but the Pistons landed the #1 overall pick yesterday. Let's go!
Let's go!
My new favorite human being, Detroit Drew, he does this thing called a Drewizer where he celebrates, and he was like, hey, can I do a Drewizer in the studio? And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. I just thought he was going to drink a beer or something. Dude wanted to freaking do a beer shower in the studio. I said, hey, go outside and do that, but here it is.
Peeps, what's going on, man? We're live here at Woodward. The Pistons got the first overall pick, and to celebrate, I already got one. Go ahead and toss the second one. We're going to go ahead and do a little beer bash. We did this for 4K. We do this on special occasions. Let me go ahead and get this going, man. Woodward Sports, baby. Let's go!
Let's go!
Number 1, baby. Let's go.
He smelled like beer because it was all in his beard.
Oh, really? He smelled like beer?
Dude, like, no, when it's in your beard, it's one thing. Like, if you have no beard, you'll be fine. But, man, just an amazing reaction right there. And there's the beer celebration. We also got to shout out, obviously, 8 Mile Vodka for sponsoring the event yesterday. It was a great overall experience. And, man, just the city loved it.
Yeah.
City loved it. Here's Coach Casey with his reaction, recorded by his own wife, Brenda.
One time. That was a big thing. Go on. Let's go. Yeah.
And just the love throughout the entire city. My favorite, Comerica Park. There was a game yesterday where we ended up winning 8-2. Of course, we got the #1 pick, so we got to win on that night. But this reaction was awesome.
Let's fucking go! Let's go! It's Cunningham season.
It's so awesome. I love how the city bonds over sports, man. There's nothing that brings people together like a championship or just like I can't wait for people to experience this that haven't experienced this in a long time in Detroit. Just everybody wearing jerseys, everybody high-fiving when you see each other. Just a commonality that it brings together in the city. Like
going to a Pistons game where there's more people wearing Pistons gear than the other team's gear.
Oh, like when Pistons games used to be club nights at the Palace. Like girls would become thotted out. Like it was it was crazy.
Now that happens at the Red Wings games.
Does it?
Oh, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I love it. I love it when these games become social events and not just games. What do you like? Because you thought of a specific girl when I said that.
Yeah, you did.
Okay, no, I gotta bring this up. First,
Give a shout out to her too. You always shout out your boys and all that. Shout out the girls too.
This is gonna be a shout out to my friend Marina. She used to work for the Pistons.
Hey.
She unfortunately passed away 8 years ago due to cancer, but she worked for the Pistons and she used to always during the heyday she used to always give me tickets, and then every time I would come to the game with a different girl, and then she was just like, she whispered to me one time, Corey, how many different hoes you gonna bring up in here?
She's like, how many tickets can you give me?
Basically.
I'll fill this whole damn arena.
Right.
Y'all come to this Pistons game with me tonight?
No, but honestly, like we used to pick up chicks at Piston games all the time. Like one time I told you the story, I was lucky enough to sit courtside, right?
Man.
And the people we were sitting with left at halftime and gave us their extra courtside tickets. I just walked around the arena and we just walked up to girls like, hey, you want to sit courtside? Hey, you want? The next thing you know, we met some baddies and they're sitting courtside with us.
Oh, I love the fact you said baddies.
Because there were so many baddies there. Like Piston games used to be such an event, and I can't wait for LCA to be like
Now
that.
there's baddies, but it's just couples. That's all it is. Man, I wish I got to experience that.
You are. It's going to happen.
I'm not. I'm engaged. I'm getting married soon.
Oh, okay. Wow.
You got you don't worry. You have the gift that keeps on giving. Leave all the baddies to me.
Yeah, well, now we just got Corey to set up.
Honestly,
man.
being a wingman. See, but Corey doesn't even need it, though. Corey can handle himself.
Oh, no, I need a wingman.
Obviously, one is not enough. He needs as many as he can get. Let's stack the deck for him.
Stack the deck, damn it.
And the Clippers with the comeback a little bit yesterday in the game. What was crazy is in this game, there was no double-digit lead. It was that close.
Yeah, it was a good game.
It was overall just an amazing game all the way to the end when the Clippers are up by 1 point, and this was like one of the only leads that they really had by with 8 seconds left in the game. Paul George, who was having a great fourth quarter, can't hit a damn free throw.
Tenacious defensive performance from both teams. Huge free throws here for Paul George. And that's critical because now if he hits the
How are you going to be clutch to hit a three-pointer, hit a basket, and you can't hit the free throws when you're shooting 84.7% on the in your career?
It's just crazy how pressure like shuts people down, man. And being on that free throw line by yourself, fans cheering, I get it, but you're a professional athlete and you're getting paid a lot of money. Make the damn shot.
Basketball gods snatched it from him.
Yeah,
love it.
Because that would have been, I mean, obviously that would have been a huge win. Series tied 1-1. You're heading home to L.A. Like, coming back 0-2 for the third time in a playoff is going to be damn near impossible, especially when the Suns are getting CP3 back for Game 3.
Yeah, that was the game that the Clippers were literally supposed to steal, and they were in prime position to do it. Just a excellent call by Monty Williams right there to draw up that oop. And what can you say? Right now, Suns and 4 guys looking like a profit. I'm telling you right now, if they sweep the Clippers, I don't care whether it's home or away, they better give that guy courtside seats to the finals, or at least lower bowl, something. Fly him out there.
They better give him a ring.
Oh, he's going to get it. I can book it like Devin Booker. I can guarantee you, if they win the title, somebody on that Suns roster is going to give him a ring.
They should get him like encrusted brass knuckles or something. Like
Suns
not just
and
a
4.
ring, like something. Yeah, Suns and 4 all the way across.
Throw
like
his picture just like this or something like that. They need it.
Or sign him to a 10-day and put him on the roster. Like, that's what I would do with him.
That'd be sick.
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Oh, man.
You know what? They've done stuff like that for different type of fans and, other situations. Do it here.
I'm just offended that they're condoning violence.
I'm just offended that they're offended.
They actually had to release a statement that they're not condoning.
You got to release a statement when you take a shit these days. You can't
Is that why you send out the email when you go to the 4th floor?
Yes.
All right.
You got to make sure everybody knows and they're aware.
We don't need to know about your meeting on the 4th, Joey.
Meeting on 4.
Man, we move on, and players in the MLB not liking this whole substance testing, the sticky substance. Here we go. There's a couple clips right here for you.
I love this. Throws the hat, throws the glove, rips the belt off, undoes the pants. Like, it's literally like a strip search.
Wait, what does the sticky substance even look like?
I mean, it can be several different things. I mean, it's anything from pine tar to, like, really whatever you want to put on your hand.
So what does taking off your pants do with him not physically touching you?
Because they're saying that they, like, hide pine tar in here, so he'll, like, go into his belt, grab it, get it out.
Okay, what about your boxers?
But you can do it everywhere. That's
put it
the
right
thing.
there by your ball sack. Who's gonna find it?
I don't know about checking for no sticky substance coming from a guy with his pants off. They need that's a rabbit hole. I ain't.
In front of thousands of fans, too. Like, that's the best part about it. Like, go ahead. Go center field and let's do it.
So these rules have always been in baseball. It's just now they're deciding to enforce them. And like, it even boils it down to where, like, a pitcher cannot apply suntan lotion after the sun has gone down during a game. And, like, it's things like that to where they just don't want any foreign substance to touch the baseball, which is what it's always been. But now all of a sudden people care about it for some reason. And it's like this crusade all of a sudden to catch every pitcher that's ever done it. Like, if you remember the Kenny Rogers smudgegate during the World Series, you could see a big brown mark on his palm right here where he was keeping his tar or whatever to get his grip on the ball. It's been going on forever. I just don't know why it's a big deal now.
Can I be a conspiracy theory?
Of course.
Do you think they're just bringing this, since you said it's always been done, correct?
Yep.
Do you think they're bringing this up out of nowhere to kind of draw some attention to baseball?
Maybe.
Because this is the most, it's constant conversation every day now.
And honestly, that's the only conversation you could have about baseball right now.
Well, no, I mean, the
that and
biggest
Shohei Ohtani.
Ohtani's been amazing, but the biggest thing this year is that, you know, people aren't hitting as well, and they're attributing that, whatever they're attributing that to, is they're saying that the pitchers had better control. You know, Garrett Cole, they were talking about his spin velocity coming out. It's the lowest it's been since 2018 since they've taken this away because he can't get the snap on the ball with the grip. I mean, there's many things that it goes into, and I get it, but it's just like, I don't know. It's always been a part of the game. So to me, it's just a part of the game, you know?
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, if it's always been something like a part of the game, one of those unwritten things that's unspoken of, like, why go so extra hard on it now as much as we're seeing it? It's like, I'm trying to make sense of it, but only thing that in my brain, from my perspective, only thing I can think of is like, okay, we need to draw some eyes on our sport. Let's go ahead and make this controversial. Let's blow this up out of proportion a little bit more than it needs to be.
Yeah.
And then we're talking about something else in the game of baseball.
I prefer that they did what they did back in the day with McGuire and Sosa and just juice the baseballs, like, you know, and score more runs. If you're trying to get more eyes on the sport, create something like that. I don't know if it's a conspiracy theory, if that's what they're doing. It's working. People are talking about baseball, but not in a great way. So I don't know how much it's.
I mean, it don't matter what they say about publicity. Go ahead.
Any
Corey.
publicity is good publicity.
Yeah.
And lastly, the Tigers get that 8-2 win over the Cardinals. We playing them again at 1:10 today. Hopefully we could give them that back-to-back L.
Yes, sir.
Because we looked good yesterday.
2-game sweep. Let's do it.
And we go off to Jeffrey, who is going to add some nice little viral clips to this. What do we got today, Jeff?
We got a doubleheader. The first one is a amateur baseball game in Georgia, if Alex has that one up. It's basically, it's a good old just gotcha moment. Holding on to the ball a little too long and gets the guy off the base and just gets him out, which is it's a good little, you know, play with his mind a little bit. I don't see things like that in baseball. Stick was telling me earlier. I think that's hilarious, but
explain the pitcher part to that again.
Okay, so the pitcher can't be on the rubber if he doesn't have the ball. If he is, it's considered a balk. And so that runner would have automatically gone home.
Okay.
So the pitcher during that play, it's got to be coordinated between the third baseman or whoever's, you know, doing that and the pitcher to where he does not approach the mound and step on the rubber.
He's just kind of walking or step. So what if he walks there with no ball?
He can't touch it.
Okay.
He can't touch it. Like, he can walk around the mound all day long, and, you know, he can stand back behind it and act like the ball's in his mitt and like he's doctoring it up or doing whatever. But yeah, he can't be on the rubber without the ball. Otherwise, it's a balk.
Yeah.
But I thought that was hilarious. The second clip we got, it's from Oklahoma State softball, women's. Her name is actually Raquel Dominguez. She's a senior who plays softball, and she's just clowning here behind the coach, chugging a cold water bottle and dancing it up. I don't really watch a lot of, you know, women's softball, but I think this stuff is hilarious, man. I mean, any personality for any player, I mean, gets it on Sports Center and stuff like that. So I thought this was hilarious.
All I know is we love Oklahoma State Cowboys, baby.
Yeah.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you for Barry Sanders and Cade Cunningham, and this girl could come along too, for all I care.
Heck yeah.
And but that's it. That's it for what's trending with Jeff today.
All right. Thank you, Jeff. We appreciate it.
And I got to give a shout out to Northwestern Tech because this is only a 10.5-month hands-on HVAC program that could change your life. You think about regular university and college, it's going to take years, 4 years probably minimum, to get a degree, and then you still don't even know how you like it. heating and cooling, it's just an industry that will be there forever because we're going to always need it forever. So check out northwesterntech.edu right now. We are here, downtown Fenton, my favorite Bridge Street Exchange.
That's right. And you want to switch up your wardrobe this summer? It's this easy. Ready, Joey?
I'm ready.
All right, you ready? I like it. You want to do it again?
Yeah, let's do it again.
All right. Ooh, Brixton. Nice. One more time?
Yes.
Ooh, I like the hat on this one, too. You ready to do it one more time, Joey?
I'm getting tired. One last one.
All right, let's change it. Bro, where's your shirt? You need new clothes this summer. Bridge Street Exchange in Fenton. That's where you need to go. Thank you, guys. Welcome back to the Morning Woodward Show, live on the Woodward Sports Network, Detroit's all-digital sports network. Thank you guys for waking up with us, watching on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. It is Wednesday, so that means the very special people from Detroit Dog Rescue come in with a dog that needs to be adopted, and I have seen Christina on Facebook the past couple days. She's going at it with the city, right? You guys are, who's causing the problems? Who's starting shit?
So I think I'm not going to say too much. I know Christina has posted a lot about it, but I think the most thing that they're going after is the city.
Yeah.
I know that DACC, Detroit Animal Care and Control, they have great workers, volunteers. They're really awesome. They try and do as much as they can, but they don't get the funds and things they need to do what they need to do.
So you guys are fighting for all the dogs, whether at the Detroit Dog Rescue or just a part of the Detroit City Rescue. But tell me about this little guy.
Yeah, this guy's Kona.
What up, Kona? How you doing?
So he actually came in with the dog that we brought last week.
Okay.
So he's about 10, 12 weeks too. Yep, he's in a foster right now, learning his basic commands. He's picked up on sit, so he's done really good with that. Working on potty training, he's getting there, but yeah, just learning how it is in a home.
Yeah,
awesome.
I think he's pissing on you right now.
Is he? No, he's not.
Oh,
man, what are you doing, Joey? We're trying to get this dog a home, and he's just saying he's peeing on me.
This dog right here, you could just tell. He looks like a fun dog.
Yeah,
Got so much energy.
He got energy. He's ready to rock. He wants to see what's going on in the studio.
I love his colors.
Yeah, I think he's a hound mix. He's definitely has energy. 100%. He's ready to go.
What up, baby?
So Detroit Dog Rescue, if you don't know about them, they're Detroit's no-kill dog shelter, and it's not only Detroit dogs that they help, it's all around the state and all around the country. They do such a great job taking care of these animals, and we just would like to help them out because, you know, this is Detroit. We're one big family, and that's what we need to do. And if your family needs a dog or you know somebody that needs a dog, make sure you go to Detroit Dog Rescue. And honestly, even if you don't need a dog, go to DetroitDogRescue.com, and you can donate. $5 will feed a dog for an entire week. Plus, they need all types of supplies and all good stuff. They're building a whole new park for these dogs, right?
Yeah. We have a whole new park with a shelter. We're going to have everything all together, so it'll definitely work in our favor.
It's awesome. How many dogs do you guys have right now, do you think?
Right now we have about, I would say, like 50 dogs.
Okay.
We've been doing a lot of intake. There's a lot of dogs in need, so we've been taking in as many as we can.
And you find that during the summertime a lot, right?
Yeah. A lot of strays. Unfortunately, there are a lot in the winter too, but in the summer there's not as many like coverings and places for them to hide. So
right.
Yeah, so we can.
Yeah, summertime is rough for animals, especially when it gets really hot, like you were saying. It's tough for them to find the shade. So, yeah, Detroit Dog Rescue, they come in every week with a new puppy for you to grab and to take home and make a part of your family. And that's what I suggest. I did it. My dog Woody is like my favorite thing in the world. We hang out all the time. Like,
it's the best dog.
Dude, Woody is the best dog. When we took him out to Petoskey, he had an amazing time, and he just hangs out at home on the couch. He's such a lover. He's such a good little guy. Happy little fella with his butt wag every time I come into the house. So
nice little pimp walk he got on him, everything.
Yeah, they really just light up your day. So if you're looking to adopt a dog, this is the place you need to do it from. They have so many great animals for you to have. And like I said, even if you don't need a dog, please donate just a little bit of money to them. It really helps. It really goes a long way. They're a no-kill shelter, which I think is so important to stress. you guys find these dogs homes, come hell or high water, essentially.
Yeah, absolutely. We have a lot of dogs that have medical cases too that a lot of other rescues and places wouldn't think twice about, and we get them the care and help they need to get on the right track.
Adopt me. Adopt me.
So yeah, go to DetroitDogRescue.com right now. They have all the profiles up for all their puppies, and make sure you check it out. And like I said, even if you don't need a dog, spread the word about Detroit Dog Rescue. They do such good things for the city. They see things that none of us ever want to see, and these dogs come out better on the other end. See, he's ready for a home. He's ready for a home. So DetroitDogRescue.com. Make sure you check them out today. And Ashley, thank you so much for stopping through.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ash.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. With historically low interest rates and 5-star service, you could pay your mortgage off faster without increasing your monthly payment. Get started now at 248-308-5000 or chat with us online. Call hallfirst.com.
Morning, Art.
Morning, Dmac.
Is it time? Yeah, it is. Fish!
Go fish.
Fish facts.
It's fish!
All right, every morning about 9:50, we hop on with Fish's Facts. Fish is our superstar over there in the audio booth. And Fish, what kind of facts do you have for us today?
Today is Wednesday.
Woo, great fact.
It's my trash day, Fish.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
Another
Every
fun
Wednesday.
fact.
Every Wednesday, by the way, guys.
It is Wednesday today, and we do not have a video today. I should just use the video from yesterday. But anyways, we go to today, which is the facts. I'm losing my mind. We start with the Suns, who looked awfully good yesterday. But the last 90 seconds of yesterday's game did not look so good. Joey, you were sleeping through it, although you probably could have gone up because the last 90 seconds took 33 minutes.
They did.
Time.
They did.
And that's why the last even 6 minutes or so was really so slow. They were reviewing so many things.
Dude, the last 0.8 seconds took at least 10 minutes by itself.
Trash.
Yeah, those replays are ruining the game.
You guys both stayed up till the end?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
That was getting late, too. I was like, man, listen, I got my #1 pick for the Pistons. That's all I care about.
And yeah, there were as many reviews 5 as field goals 5 in that span.
Wow.
Thanks a lot, NBA. Glad I now got to go in my car and go sleep after this show.
Right.
Dude, for real, man, they got to limit the amount of reviews. And it's not something you could really easily do because if you review one thing, there's going to be so much controversy over the next one.
And Mark Jackson brought up something interesting last night. When they're doing those reviews, that's almost essentially like another timeout. Like there was always a controversy last night. Monty Williams like, hey, the Clippers tried to pull a fast one and not put the same guys on the floor after that review.
Right. Yeah, and then Reggie Jackson was just standing there, and that took 4 minutes to sort out. But yeah, that was bullshit last night. I hated it.
Someone called DeAndre Ayton did really well last night. He got the game-winning score, didn't he?
Yes, he did. That dunk.
He had most games with 20-plus points, 10-plus rebounds, 65-plus field goal percentage in a single playoff game by a Suns player. 5, DeAndre Ayton in 2021. Mr. Charles Barkley 4, 1993.
Huh. I mean, that's a great stat.
Yeah.
Wow. I did not see that coming.
I'm also glad it's a Charles Barkley stat because as much as he says a lot of crazy stuff, people really don't understand how damn good Charles Barkley was.
Oh, he was a
way
machine.
better player than analyst. That's for damn sure.
I mean, he's a personality. He's not really an analyst.
He is, but when he predicts things, that's what pisses me off because honestly, it's to the point where when he says something, I'm betting on the opposite.
Right.
True.
Yeah, his guarantees are not guarantees.
Oh, yeah. His guarantees are right in the same category as Stephen A. Smith's. Bet the opposite in your
right.
There was an event that happened yesterday. I don't know if you guys have heard of it. I watched it for the 4th time yesterday, 3rd time, whatever. The NBA draft lottery was yesterday.
We didn't get your opinion on it. How did you like it, Fish?
I thought it was fine. I was shocked that they got the #1 pick. I was excited as I'll be for them to get the #1 pick. But my whole thing is, we got the #1 pick, cool, but who are we going to get, and is he going to be good?
Yeah, I mean, that's the question now.
So if he doesn't end up being good, then everyone's going to laugh at us for going crazy for the #1 pick. So I just don't go crazy.
It's on us not to fumble this, man.
I just say, we got the #1 pick, cool, let's hope the guy... Now, if he turns out then yay, we did good. But until he turns out.
Dude, I can only imagine, like, Fish when he becomes a dad in, like, 10, 15 years, they're going to find out the gender. And it's going to be a boy. Cool.
No, I just imagine his kid making a baseball team. He's like, okay, you made the team, but how are you going to do during the season?
Okay, but that's different. Like, that's my kid.
But if you suck during the season, it doesn't matter if you made the team.
Fish is going to, disown his own child.
Right.
Like, if my kid, I say if he gets drafted, I'll be happy.
Right. But if he sucks.
If he sucks, we wasting my money.
Why did they draft you number 1 overall? You clearly were not the best player.
I paid for you to go to college. You owe me $40,000, son.
He's just going to hit his kid with facts.
You get the boy. This is the team. I want the team to do well. And, you know, obviously we don't know who's going to get number. Or we might trade the pick. And there might be a lot of people going crazy saying, what the fuck is the point of getting number 1 if we trade?
I will say this, Fish. I think if they get, well, they have the number 1 pick. But I think if they get somebody like, you know, a Cade or a Jalen Green and it doesn't work out, okay, as long as they don't Anthony Bennett or Darko Milicic to pick, no, but they'll be safe from shade.
Greg Oden, Sam Bowie,
Andre Bariani.
It's always the big mans that scare me too.
Speaking of the draft lottery, I can't even speak anymore. Since the new lottery system in 2019, the team with the worst record hasn't won the first overall pick in 3 straight drafts.
Huh?
What did you say? What did you say, Fish? Say it again.
The team with the worst record hasn't won the first overall pick in 3 straight drafts.
But the Pistons need to continue losing so they can get a better championships for Cade Cunningham. That shit doesn't work.
Every win they get only hurts their chances. God.
What you got to realize is this 3 teams that are having that 14% chance at getting that number 1.
Right.
That's it. It's not changing.
Right.
Whether you're the worst, the second worst, the third worst, it does not matter.
They still do the ping pong balls, Joey. They still have the balls.
Do they do that like beforehand? Because
yeah, they don't show it live.
Yeah, they don't show it live anymore.
It's
that's
not
what it is.
Too much conspiracy theory stuff going on. That was happening.
Well, I would prefer that.
Granny getting her steps on behind me. Shout out to Granny.
Get it, Granny.
Get it, girl. I see you.
You're trying to steal that truck.
Because for the World Cup
can't
and
drive.
for any soccer draw they do, they have the balls. They show it live.
Yeah.
They have like famous players and analysts pick their pocket. Uruguay. And show the name. It's a tradition.
All right, you got any more
I
facts
actually
for us,
like
Fish?
that. That's actually fun. Watching the World Cup draw. I'll watch a draw.
All right, that's good facts.
We go to today, which is the 23rd of June, Wednesday. 1932, Lou Gehrig played his 1,103rd successive game in a New York uniform, equaling Joe Sewell's record with 1 team.
All right, go Lou Gehrig.
It's a lot of games to play with a team.
It is.
We go to 1950. Maybe Maz was at this game. Yankees and the Tigers. They hit a record of 11 home runs. And guess what, Adam? The Tigers won that game 10-9.
Yes. What year was that?
1950.
1950. Okay.
So 11 home runs is a lot in a game. Barry Bonds, 2003. Steals second base against the Los Angeles Dodgers, becoming the first player in MLB history to have 500 career homers and 500 steals.
And the biggest head in all of baseball due to steroids. So good for him.
You guys big chess people?
Yeah.
I like checkers more than chess, but go ahead.
All right. Well, this Indian person, Wamajubu, it's like 80 characters, 80 letters. Anyways, she becomes the second youngest grandmaster at chess. Can you guess the age?
8.
12.
Oh, wow.
12 years, 10 months, 13 days.
Nice.
Nice.
So I didn't know if any of you. I figured, Stick, you were a chess player.
I play a lot of chess, actually.
Were you good? Were you that good at 12?
No. I didn't learn how to play till I was 10, and so I was decent at 12. But, yeah, I'm a lot better now.
We have a birthday today.
Whose
and
birthday,
I was hoping
Fish?
this person would come in the room. Art.
It's Art's birthday today?
Modell.
Oh.
1925.
Son
Art
of a
Modell's
bitch.
birthday.
You sandbagging
He
son of a bitch.
He's the guy that
That
moved
was a
the
good one.
Browns from Cleveland to Baltimore. Now people hate him.
Yep.
And now they're the Baltimore Ravens, Cleveland Browns. Cleveland Browns did better than the Ravens last year. So, yeah. Those are
Awesome.
the facts. We'll do better and good tomorrow. Uh-oh. Corey's got one.
Oh, yeah, a fun one for me. Today's day, 25 years ago, Austin 316 says, I just whipped your ass. Austin 316 started today.
Awesome. What's Austin 316? No, I
Don't-
just want to
oh,
see his
oh,
face. I just want to see his face. I'm glad we got it. I'm glad we got it.
How are you not wearing the shirt, Corey?
Right.
I mean, I'm still I'm wearing wrestling, but like I said, it was laundry day. I can't come in here with a
All right, Joey, it's time for your dumbass of the day. What do we got?
The Detroit Pistons select Darko Milicic.
World's dumbest criminal.
Well, so much for me calling him savvy because he had no idea where he's on the field.
When he crosses too many timeouts, it's a technical foul.
Dumbass!
It's been a lot of the talk for today, and he was looking good too. Went from playoff P, was looking good, right? Dropped 26 points. Great fourth quarter. But when it matters most, in the clutch, up by 1 point, 8 seconds left, misses 2 free throws.
It has been a tenacious defensive performance from both teams. Huge free throws here for Paul George. And that's critical because now if he...
And they've already given up a free throw. You can't assume. Beverly's pursuit has...
George, who's hit some big buckets down, missing that free throw. He's got one more. Crowder and Ayton along the free throw line to make sure they secure it if he misses another. Missed another, and they call timeout.
You know what I just noticed on that play, too? It's not just Paul George that's a dumbass. Look at Batum and look at everybody on that Nobody even went for the rebound.
Yep.
They didn't even go for the rebound. They didn't even try to box out. They didn't try to do anything. They just stood on
They
the
don't
block.
box out in the NBA anymore.
I was just going to say that. That doesn't surprise me.
It does when the fucking game's on the line.
They don't box out in the NBA anymore.
They don't. Pay attention to that. I've been paying attention to that the last couple of weeks.
It's been the past couple of years. I've been saying it. The past couple of years in the playoffs, nobody boxes the F out anymore. Yep. I don't understand what the whole issue with that is, but I don't know.
It used to be put the biggest men over there to go get the rebounds and all that, but they don't even go for it.
No, Batum literally just started walking away. This is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. Clippers, you deserve to lose. What's up, Fish?
They probably figured that as soon as the Suns got the ball, they were going to call a timeout. So
yeah, but you still have a chance to get the ball.
Yeah, box out.
It wasn't the Suns' ball. That's a wide possession as soon as it bounces off the rim. Like, they still should have fought for it. I don't know, man.
Especially that game. I mean, Clippers they're going to now be at home, but that right there was the biggest game because with Chris Paul's return now, it's not looking good for this.
Yeah, because really now the Suns are in a prime position. They can either just go ahead and continue with the sweep, or they really just need to go ahead and steal one in L.A., and then they can come back for a game 5 closeout on their home court. So they blew that one.
All right, well, before we get out of here, we kind of had to skip over this game, the Bucks and the Hawks, but who you got tonight? Bucks?
Oh, you know what? I'm going with the Hawks. Ice cold Trey.
Really?
I'm gonna go with an upset tonight.
Did not see that coming. Joey, who you going with?
I got money on the Hawks, baby.
What?
I do.
Trigger
Trey
Trey
was too quiet these last couple games. He's going off.
All right. Well, I got the Bucks, and I got the Bucks by like 40 points.
I mean, they're favored by 7.5.
Yeah, it's going to be a major ass whooping tonight. That's what I see coming, but we'll find out. And we'll talk about it tomorrow right here on the Morning Woodward Show. Don't forget your next chances to qualify for our Kick for Crypto contest is coming up at noon and 4 p.m. Have a great day. Celebrate the Pistons. We got that #1 overall pick, Detroit. So have a great Wednesday knowing that is in our pocket.
Trust Troy Weaver's process.